Hey guys, this is Al. So I'm over here at the shop right now. The Rolls Royce is still up on the lift. I'm waiting to get some hoses. I'm going to try Jaguar XJ S XJ12 rear brake hoses and see if they'll work. I think they're about an inch longer, but they look like they have the same fittings as the brake hoses on the Rolls Royce. So I'm hoping the thread pitch and everything else will be the same. And I have them on order right now, so they should be on their way. Anyway, so as I wait for the Rolls Royce, I figured that I might get back to this SL and try to get it, try to make some progress on it. So as you can see, I pulled the bumper off and I pulled that headlight off, which came away pretty easily. This headlight is stuck right now, and it's stuck because the front end is crushed. And as you can see, it must have hit a pole or something like that, because it's a nice, either a pole or a tow hitch or something like that, because it pulled it in pretty heavy. And it's a pretty very, very localized hit that pushed it in pretty deep. So what I'm going to try to do is, basically this is the first time I've ever done this, but I've seen it done a few times and I thought I'd maybe give it a go, is I have this beam over here, which is part of the building, and I'm going to strap a chain and a come along and a strap to this beam, and then strap it to the strap the come along to the core support and see if I can get it pulled. My only concern is obviously, the car isn't strapped down. Typically when body guys do this, they do it on a frame machine and they basically grab the car by the pinch weld so it doesn't move. This car isn't very heavy, so it may end up basically dragging the car along with it as I pull it with the coming along, rather than actually pulling out the dent. But I'll give it a go and see what happens, and obviously I'll show you guys as I go along. Alright, so let me get the come along and the straps and the chain and hook everything up, and then I'll turn the video back on. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got the strap basically placed right by the crease. I've seen guys, just hook porta powers to this thing, and I'm not sure if, or a chain. I'm using the strap right now because I just don't want to gouge the metal, but I don't know whether that's the right thing to do. Basically you've got come along over here attached to a chain. We're going to see if we can get it to play ball. So I may actually end up having to hook the so as I pull on this, it's dragging the car forward, which obviously isn't the right thing. So you can see it's dragging the car. So what I might do is basically strap the Rolls Royce, the Corniche, to this car, and then back it all the way back. And then that way it's not just going to have to pull on the weight of the SLK, it's going to have to pull on the weight of the SLK and the Rolls Royce, and see if that's going to make a difference. So give me a few and we'll give it a go. Okay, so got a toe strap hooked to the front of the Rolls Royce, attached to the back of the CLK. And so hopefully it shouldn't move. I just tried to pull on it right now, and it's going to need both hands. So I'm going to pause the video and see if I can make this work. So but you get the gist. I mean, it's just basically tied to a chain. I'm just going to use a come along to help see if I can help pull this this dent out. Give me a sec. Alright guys, so as you can see, dent's coming out slowly. Takes a lot of force. So I've got this big piece of steel tubing that I'm using in order to help myself along. I'm going to do one quick video while I show you how I do this. Hopefully without you can see, it takes some effort. But slowly it's coming out. Okay, so let me turn this off. I'm just going to keep working on it. When I get to a stopping point, I'll turn the video back on again. Alright guys, so it's coming along. I'm not sure, well, I mean, there's no way that I can get it perfect, right? Because this, if you look at it here, right, is a box section, and it's a little bit crushed on the inside, right? So you can see that from here, this whole piece is kind of considerably skinnier than on the other side, and I'm not sure if I can ever get that fixed. Maybe I need to, you know, hook onto this and pull. That might be the solution. But it looks like, at least from the back side, if you look at that, somewhat close. From the front side, it's still crushed. So maybe that is what I do. Maybe I hook to that hole over here and see if I can get it to come out. I don't know. So I'll try it, see what happens. What I'm worried about is anytime you use hooks, it kind of, there's a high chance that you could end up just tearing the metal away and making more of a mess than you'd intended to. But I'll see what I can do. Alright, so I'm shutting down right now. I'll tinker with it a little bit more. Alright guys, so I've pulled it a fairly decent amount, and you can see it's still creased, but it's creased on the outside panel. This is a box section, and if I pull any harder, all I'm going to do is just basically crease this inside box and not really do anything over here. Now, strangely enough, the actual you can see here, this thing needs to be pulled forward. This is the bumper mount for the front bumper. This side is okay, but this side is crooked. What I really need to do is get a small enough hook and hook right here, and if I can get something that I can hook there, I can pull this, you know, just like maybe like something like an L shape or something like that can kind of slide in here and then pull this thing forward, and I think that will fix it. Obviously the core support is bent, you know. I'm sure this should come out a little bit more, you know. This looks like it's kind of weird. The hood needs straightening. It's got a couple of kinks, so it needs to be pulled a little bit forward. Once you pull this, then obviously, you know, nothing over here will fit unless you know, unless you pull the hood as well. And the front fender needs to be pulled a little bit forward as well, because it's creasing, you know, it's rubbing against the door when you open the door. But it's, you know, it's coming along. I mean, there's still some pulling to do. You know, you can see that it's kind of pushing this way. but I don't know whether I can, I can see on the other end that this section is pushing forward like it's going in. So I don't want to, like if you look over here, maybe you see that? I don't want to crush the back of it and not pull the front of it. So I think that there's going to be some finessing. I'm not sure how far I can take it. I think it's better than it is right now. I just got to come up with another tool to see if it'll go in, and allow me to hook onto that section and pull the outer skin. You always have to be careful that you don't tear it. So it's kind of a little bit tricky. I guess what you can also do is weld something to the structure and then grab it and pull on whatever you weld. That could be the other option as well. But we're making a little bit of progress. It certainly looks a heck of a lot better than it did before. This is pushed in, so this needs to come out. And obviously, I think once you pull this out, you can see definitely needs to come out because it's got a kink here. But once it comes out, I think that kink will kind of straighten itself up, and then maybe that will take the pressure off that door. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm done.